Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis, or Lexicus. This is the city that LexCorp owns. Hey guys, welcome back to DC Online. I'm of course Trex, and we're here in Brothers in Arms operation coming from DLC7 Origin Crisis. I went ahead and skipped all that pre-crap with the other, fake bosses from in Central City. If you want to check out the strats for that and see what those guys actually look like when the fight, go check out my video for Family Reunion, which you can probably find the link somewhere in the video or in the description. So we're here in Brothers in Arms. This is actually the Superman instance where Lex has finally taken over Metropolis, and we're going to definitely see what's going on in this place. So first things first, we have a whole list of requirements that we have to do here. We need to destroy the parked LexCorp vehicles. You know, I mean, pretty simple. I mean, destruction of public property. Or private property, really. Then we gotta destroy the aerial Cerberus units and obtain memory cores. They are flying robots in the sky. And then we have to gather intelligence from LexCorp dossiers. So, let's talk about these groups of people here that we have to fight. When you're destroying these vehicles, more or less, they're actually going to be surrounded by mobs. These mobs actually pack a wallop. In particular, the Spec Ops. Or I think it's actually, his name is the Spec Ops. Yeah, the Spec Ops Trooper. He's the one that does the combat mechanics, so to speak. You have to watch out for him. And there's one of the Cerberus units, the little flying robots. Those are also paying the butts as well. So they're going to be flying around. You have to really fly up there, get the aggro, and then bring them back down to Earth. They're also accessible to the combat mechanics too. They do pack a punch, so just be wary of that. Also, in this run, I am actually partnered up with our good buddies from Suit Up. We have Epidemic back doing controlling, Maki doing great healing, and we brought in Terrible Theo because Terrible Theo loves the attention. Why? Because he's terrible, but he's our Terrible Theo, and no one else's. He's actually doing the Ice DPS, and this is actually, I think, the first time he's really ran. Well, he's still learning Ice DPS at this point. He's not good, but he's not bad either. But, you know, he's still, yeah, he's terrible. What can I say? It's his name. It's his name. But he loves the fame. So everybody, in the comment section below, be sure to give a big wave and hello to Theo and give him a nice little shout out. You know, send him some love because he needs it. He wants it so bad. So there's another Cerberus unit that we're going to probably try and grab if we didn't grab all these mobs here. Now also on these buildings, right there on the ledges and even sometimes on the ground, you're going to find these turrets that are just going to shoot random stuff at you. Be careful of these turrets. Alright, you can really just ignore them completely. It's my suggestion. Just ignore them. Now here in Metropolis, we actually have iconics that just randomly show up that we just think, we can take care of. Here's the dossier over here. Once we pick that up, we can move on, and we're on the outskirts of the place. So we just need one more Cerberus unit and take out his memory core. We just have to find him. And good old Epi, she found him. She found them along with more mobs. Yay! And look, more mobs are walking through the door. Yay! Fire tank! Woo! And of course, Theo with his ice abilities is really helping out as well. Look at all this. Look at all the red. The destruction. Yes, the violence. Sorry, I get happy when I have to burn things. It's not a problem. My doctor said it wasn't. So really just DPS and everything down, and of course just make sure you take out the Cerberus unit. Cerberus unit, once the Spec Ops Trooper goes down, the Cerberus unit will not be an issue. If you have fighting both of them, it becomes a little pain in the butt. So once you're done with this first objective, before you go into the next one, you might want to go ahead and start looking around for the iconic people. And they're in random areas. So far, the one I'm about to show you is actually the toughest out of all the iconics. Okay, we're not going to show them now. We'll show them in a moment after we take care of this next part. We have to find and use the explosives to destroy the detention center's power generator. If I didn't pick up all this aggro, we would be doing that right now. But silly Trex always needing to fight because he's an idiot. He doesn't look where he's going. Silly me. Silly me. Alright, so once they're now done with, now we take care of the explosive. Pick up the explosive and take it right over here to the detention center. Put it, there you go. Finally get over there. Once it's down, we have to take care of these mobs now. We have another Spec Ops trooper. And then we have the security captains. I believe there's actually 3 security captains that spawn. So there's the first one. There's the second one right over here on this side. And apparently more mobs has actually joined up with the fight as well. Spec Op trooper is down, so now we've got to take care of the captain. Get over here. Use backdraft. Bring him closer to you. Come here. I'm going to hug you. Yeah, nice little manly hugs. And Spec Ops Trooper is going to spawn as well, unless he was a patrol, but I think it was just spawned. And then the third captain is right over here. Actually, he is just LexCorp Security. He's not even a captain. He doesn't even get a title. He's just that random security guard that gets going walking in. Hey guys, I brought the birthday cake for Sam. Oh, what's going on here? Why is everybody dead? What did I miss? And then finally, once security goes down, you'll have a 4th mob you have to take care of, which is a final Spec Ops Trooper. Once he's down, that's when you can go ahead and start looking around for the iconic. You don't forget the blue that was over there as well. I don't even think I've actually completed these. Whatever. So find these iconics. They're going to show up on the ground. They're going to show up on the rooftops. You just really run around until you find an arrow that's pointed, that's really by himself. A little red dot and arrow that's really by himself. When you get closer to him, it might even be a turret. But just run away from the turret. It's okay. Just run away from the turret. Now at the same time, if you have a flyer, it actually works out a lot better. Me being a runner, it doesn't work out very well. And of course, you can easily find the border where it ends. Yay, just keep running around. Keep running around, please. Just don't aggro anything. You don't want to die. And we found him. We found our iconic. It is Deathstroke. And I have said it once before. I will say it one more time. This is the hardest iconic. Why is he the hardest iconic? Well, I will freaking show you. And then I'll show you the epicness that is Epidemic and Maki being who they are. Now remember, myself and Theo, we're in melee range. Theo just drops. Look at there. Epi saves him 1. Alright, there's 1 save for Epi. And I'm down. Why? Because of that freaking flamethrower. So I go down. And what's this? Epidemic gets me. Actually, I think Theo got me. So I'm just going to count this. There's 2 deaths so far. So the reason that I died was because of one simple thing. His flamethrower. Oh, that flamethrower is wicked if you can't roll away or even dodge it fast enough. Now, of course, people have said that you can lunge the flamethrower and it will be interrupted. I'm sorry, me freaking out by the awesomeness that was that flamethrower, I'm rolling the freak away. Just rolling away. Now, the animation, if you caught it, was an animation that he was actually telling me is like, come closer. And he'll bend down and like do his arms like he's telling you to come on, and then he'll do the flamethrower. It's a very quick animation. It's a very quick tail. Theo actually dies, so here's your 3rd. It's a very quick tail, and if you aren't careful, you're going to get hit. I think it's like 3 hits from that flamethrower, and I was down. By the way, I'm over 6k. I'm pumping out like 9k health on my fire tank. Alright? Especially at this time, I'm pumping out 5k. I shouldn't be dying this fast. That's how mean the flamethrower is. So you just got to look out for it. You got to play block with it. Theo's down again. There's another 4th death. I go down. There's a 5th death. Like I said, that flamethrower is evil. Epidemic's right there taking care of everything. Maki got me. Epi got Theo. Look, the awesomeness that is our controller and our healer. I tell you what. And he'll do a simple barrage with the gun. It's fine. He'll bring out the sword, do his melee stuff. It's okay. The sword stuff you can easily block. There's the tail. Get the hell out of there. Nope. What's that? Trex dies for the 6th time. Or there's a 6th death. And Maki comes up and saves me. Gives me the nice howdy doody. And there's more deaths. More decay. And he'll finally go down. But it hurts. You just gotta watch out for that tail. Once you see that tail, you need to roll out of that flamethrower or be quick enough and get someone to lunge him. Honestly, you don't get fast enough. There's no way to really lunge it unless you're on top of it. For me, I went ahead and just
rolled out the way. It was a quick thing, quick and easier thing to do than try and lunge it, because I just wasn't going to survive. There was no way I was going to survive that. Alright, so that was Deathstroke. Now, back onto the main mission. Now we had to defeat the LexCorp lieutenants and activate an SOS signal to draw out Luthor. Most of the time you can get this like defeating 2, or by the 3rd one he'll finally show up. So these lieutenants actually do, well, it does that ballistic barrage thing I think Gadget's actually used. I can't remember the name of it. I just can't. But you need to watch out for that. Once you start seeing him start dialing stuff and red everything under you, red targets, block. There have been many of DPS that have just died because they didn't block. As a tank, I block. I'm learning to block. Leave me alone. It's a process. It's a process. And as you see, there's Lex. Woo! Yay! Lex! Yay! So once Lex Luthor comes down onto the field, he's still a hand blaster. He'll also randomly jump over to a random party member, and he'll hang out over there for a little bit. Then he'll finally come back over to you, and he will bring down this purple ray of light. And at that time, he'll start calling out for help. Those pieces of help actually are just 2 random mobs that will just show up. If you get targeted by these mobs, run to the tank. Or if the tank is actually noticeable, like me, and if you have a quantum controller, Epic's not, by the way. She stopped being quantum. She went back to mental. And just stun them, and the tank will finally pick them up and bring out some aggro to them. And honestly, DPS can really take them down by AoE. He can single target if need be, but honestly, just focus on Lex and you'll be fine. But really, Lex is, at this point, he's a tank and spank. He has no issues whatsoever that I have seen. And he's really just tank and spank. Just watch out for the purple ray of light shining down, and then he will summon 2 ads. That's it. And as you see, always keep knocking them around a little bit. Just keep knocking them around. Once Lex is done, we'll actually finish off these 2 mobs or run away. If you run away, I'm not going to hate you. It will be okay. So once that's done with, we move on to the next part. Going inside this place. Alright. Once we're inside, there's a soda cola machine right there. Sweetness. Go ahead and take care of some of that. Alright, so everybody apparently likes to grab these plants and use them as a form of weapon. If you want to use a plant as a form of weapon, who am I to judge? Not me. I think it's a brilliant idea. It works for everyone. It works out. So, as you see, Lex has in his employment Superman. Ooh, Superman's a bad guy. Who didn't see that coming? I saw it coming. I really didn't, though. So, this is where it gets into a nice little Superman and Lex Luthor. Superman will keep doing the brawling thing. Lex Luthor will actually do the range thing. Also, you will have these paintings slide out of the way and just throw out these little balls of light of missiles. That's where it hurts. It hurts the soul seeing that happen. But it's okay. Superman will also use his ice breath and stun you, as you see in a block of ice. It was not a very fun thing to do. So here's the trick behind this boss fight. Focus on one. Once he's down, go focus on the other one. The reason is you want to bring both of these bosses down at the same time, because if not, after a certain amount of seconds, the boss is actually going to pop back up, half health, and go back to being a pain in the butt. Now, there's also a feat associated with this. The feat is associated with the boss strategy. Take them both down, you get your feat. You take them both down at the same time, you'll get the feat, and you'll end the fight. Come on, it's the easiest little points you're going to get with this, alright? So, Literally, boom, done. They're both at the same time, and Lex is the sore loser. So, and a nice little unattuned weapon, which I'm loving the unattuned weaponry, by the way. So, booyah, nice little 10 points. Brothers fall together. Take them both down at the same time. It's the boss strategy. That's what you do. You get an easy feats. And then, of course, get your blue token over here by the mirror. So now you're asking, what else do we need to do? Well, apparently Superman was taken over by red kryptonite, which, of course, makes him evil. And that's how he partnered up with Superman, or partnered up with Lex Luthor. So we actually need to stop future Lex Luthor from, apparently, changing out the kryptonite with red kryptonite. How do we do that? Well, as you see where we are now, we're on Krypton. We're in the House of L. I think I'm happy with this. What about you guys? I am happy. So now, let's take a look and see what's going on. So first things first, the House of L guards. One of them is a staff, the other one is not. Take out the staff user. The staff user is a pain in the butt. Just a pain in the butt. I hate him. Hate him with every fiber of my being. So here we are with Jor-El. He's preparing this destruction of Krypton is going on right now. He is actually trying to stop it. Well, not stop it, but try and get Cal out of there. He finds us as a threat because we come balling in there like I am and trying to stop this. So here's the strategy for this room. We have to destroy that energy crystal, alright? The tank needs to go beside the crystal and aggro all the mobs. Do I need to repeat myself? Was that not self-explanatory? Roger. Go near the crystal. Aggro all the guard. Aggro all the mobs. Let DPS and controller handle the crystal. You'll deal with the mobs, and then they'll come back and deal with the mobs. The crystal needs to go down. No interruption. Alright, tanks? You got that? Good. Because as you see, tank is done. Or crystal's done. So now after we get done... Oh, God, staff users, man. Staff users suck. They just suck. If you don't... of course, someone destroyed that by mistake. That was poopy. So next we go into the next room, and we get 2 other mobs. 3, actually. 3 mobs, I'm sorry. They are accessible to the combat mechanics, so just be wary of that. I don't think none of them are staff users, but it's okay. They go down pretty nice and easy. So, once the mobs are done, we're going to go straight into the next story. I love what the House of L has done with the place. It's so neat. Now, we see that Jor-El is talking with another subordinate, trying to take out the fire. Invisible Jor-El runs across the room, heads into the laboratory. Go, Invisible Jor-El. Next is the next boss fight. It's Captain Knee. If you don't understand where Captain Knee comes from, I don't know what to tell you. You need to get some comedy in your life. Because we are, in fact, the Knights of Knee. Sorry, Mighty Python. You gotta love him. So, with Captain Knee, he'll have 2 other mobs around him. The 2 other mobs are actually taking care of the fires. They were trying to take them out. The DPS can focus on the mobs. Really let AoE take care of them. Technically, those mobs, those 2 ads definitely do hit hard. Now, I believe I think I've seen them respawn. So keep an eye on that. But really, focus down as much on the mobs. Once the mobs are down, you come over here to Captain Knee. Now, Captain Knee will teleport, and he'll just go all over the place. Go all over the place, and just don't, I tell you. Just keep lunging them, keep trying to follow him. He'll also randomly attack a random mob while doing the beam thing. Random party member can just roll out of the way and call it a day. Now, with Captain Knee, he will use a rifle. He will use a single pistol, and he'll even use a shield. The dude is like a utility knife of... Well, he's a pain in the butt, too. Really pain in the butt. Now, also, staying out of the fire. All that fire you see around you, yeah, it actually does hurt. I don't know why. It does. Especially me being a fire tank. It shouldn't hurt me, right? Right? I should absorb all of that. Just absorb it all. But I don't. So, bleh. So Captain E will go down. He does the teleportation that he does, and just that random grab. Those are the annoying factors. Other than that, he likes to stand in the fire, and that's where it becomes a little pain in the butt. As you see, another mob is right there standing up, and boom, call it a day. Nice unattuned axes for some dual wield and an exceptional recovery kit. Once Captain E is done, we go straight into Jor-El's lab. Yay. I got some new weapons. And then we see Jor-El and Laura, Kal-El's parents. Laura's like really short, isn't she? Like look at the shortness behind that. She's like a midget. And yeah, okay. So Jor-El put on his armor, but it was really weird animation. So here's the boss fight for Jor-El. There is a feat for this as well, and I'll talk about that feat in a little bit. So first off, you're just gonna fight him normal. He'll teleport into the middle of the room and do this nice little laser show. Laser show. Get the frick out of it. Get out. Just get out of the way. He'll do a 360. He'll go one way and then he'll reverse it as well. After he initially does it, he'll summon out some troopers. Alright, he'll summon up ads. Those ads will come from both sides. Alright? The mobs that we need to watch out for are the ones carrying the crystals. He'll even give the signal. It's like crystal carrier coming out. Watch out for him. Lunge him, interrupt them, knock them down. You need to just do whatever it takes to knock out the crystals. The reason being is because you don't want those crystals to reach all three of those pedestals. If you can defeat Jor-El without the crystals getting to those pedestals, you'll get a feat. That's the feat. And by the way, it's also a tricky feat, because if you knock someone down and they're carrying a crystal and the crystal just happens to roll towards that podium, if it rolls towards the podium, apparently it's going to hit the podium. I was really pissed. So you don't want any of the crystals to hit the podiums. Alright, there's your feat. Other than that, Jor-El's a hand blaster and he shows it with force. See, that pissed me off. It rolled over to the pedestal. Just rolled over to it. And, God, it made me mad. So Jor-El will do the pulse beam just by itself. It cannot be interrupted. So you're just going to have to eat the damage and really just block. But in this boss fight, he should only have to do that middle big beam thing only twice. The initial part and then one time in the fight, just because you can't help the crystals rolling to the pedestals. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying it needs to be fixed. I'm just saying it was really uncool of those crystals just to roll over to where they need to be. I didn't appreciate it. I don't think anyone does. So, other than that, Jor-El is a pretty easy fight. Actually, I was going to say there was a bug, but that bug has been fixed. It was dealing with the crystal things. Super Patriot covered it in one of his videos. I thought it was pretty hilarious because it literally got you the feat pretty easy. But once Jor-El is down, the red crystal will turn into normal yellow, and we get the frick out of there so the planet can destroy and the ship can go bye-bye. And that is not the ship from Man of Steel. So, there's that. So there you go. I even got Sector Incendiary shoulders from here. I didn't get them, but I think I didn't get them. They're a DPS item, and I did get them. Ooh, did I get them? I did. Ooh. I don't think I even looked at those. I think I need to. This has been Brothers in Arms. I'll see you guys next time.